Hello everyone. Good morning to all. In the last class, we have discussed about the um, conditional statements that are present in the Python, and we have seen some examples with the explanation of the code. So, in this session, we will learn about the introduction to loops. So, what are the loops? What will these loops do? And why these loops are introduced? We shall discuss in this session. So, now we will discuss loops. What are loops? Loops means loops in Python. Loops are used to execute a block of code repeatedly. So if you want to if you want to execute a block repeatedly, it means whatever the code that contains in your block, if you want to run your program continuously until the condition is met, so that is called loop. So executing the code of block continuously with until the condition is met is called loops. So here see repetition of a block of code until a condition is met. So until the condition is met, you will need you will try to repeat the block of code. It means you will try to execute the block of code repeatedly. So whenever the condition is met, then you will stop the executing the code and you will prevent the code. It means why they are loops means suppose if I want to print numbers from 1 to 100, I need to print the statements 100 times. So in order to overcome that, we are introduced this loop. By using this loop, you can easily save a lot of time and also you can easily reduce code. It means instead of writing 100 lines of code for printing 100 numbers, you can easily write it in single line only. How you can write? By using this loop, you can able to print 100 numbers by using the only loop. It means loop is using, here we are using the loop to execute a lot of lines of codes by using only single loop. So it means it repeatedly do the task. So whenever the condition becomes false, at that time only it will stop. Otherwise, until the condition is false, it will always try to repeat the block of code and it will give the output. So what is the advantage of this loop means it will save the time. It means generally if you want to print 50 numbers without using loop means you will need to write 50 lines of code and also it will take a lot of time to give the output. But here coming to the loops, once you give the loop in one line and once you give the condition, so it is just enough to print all the numbers until the condition is met. It means in these loops we are mentioning only one condition inside the loop. But by using this loop, you are saving a lot of time and also you are reducing code duplication. So this is what the introduction of the loops. So now we will see about types of loops. So how many types of loops are there? We'll be seeing now. So first one, for loop. For loop and while loops. These are the types of loops that are present in the. So now we will see what is for loop. So we for what is for loop means it is used to iterate over a sequence. So for what purpose we will be using this for loop means if we want to iterate over a sequence. Suppose there are a sequence of numbers from 1 to 100. If you want to iterate and if you want to print those numbers iteratively means sequentially, you need to use this for loop. It means you can use this for loop in a list or in a tuple or a string or in a range, whatever it may be, you can use it anywhere. And also until the condition is false, it will print the output. Whenever the condition becomes false, then only it will stop to iterate the sequence, then it will produce the output. So see here, what is used when number of iterations is known. So when do we use this for loop means how many iterators, how many number of iterations should be there, and how many number of iterations should be used, and how many um, how many times we have to iterate over a sequence. So whenever it is known, we will be used like that. So we are using this when the number of iterations is known. So if the number of iterations is known, we will be using the for loop. Suppose if we don't know the number of iterations, we will not be using this for loop because uh, if we don't know the iterations and if we use the for loop means it will cause a infinite loop. It will cause a infinite loop and it will not stop the iterations. It will always try to iterating like that only. It never stops. That's why. And also loop variable takes values from a sequence. So what does this loop variable will take the more than I am first. So loop variable takes values from a sequence. It means from the sequence only whatever the sequence that is available from that sequence only the loop variable will take the value for each step and it will produce the output. And also commonly used with range, list, tuples, etc. And also where do we use this for loop means we can use this for loop in the range function. It means for up to which value we have to print the output. It will be using like that, and also it will be used with list, tuples, etc. Like that, this for loop is used. So we'll be seeing this syntax. So syntax means syntax here for variable. So whatever the variable we need to mention, you have to mention the variable in this place in no, sequence. Sequence means whatever the sequence that you are mentioning. That is, suppose if you want to mention range or list or tuples like that, you need to mention over there. After that, you need to give the semicolon. After that, it will come indentation block. You need to enter the code here. So whatever the code that you want to write, you need to mention that code in this code block session. So that is the syntax. So now we will see an example. Suppose for I in range of 5. So for I in range of 5 means up to 5, it means it will take only up to 4. Why it will take up to 4 means it will take 0 to n minus 1. It means 0 to n minus 1 means 5 minus 1, 4. That's why it will take only 0 to 4. So whenever you print this I value, so it will print first one 0 because for I in range of 0 to for I in range of 5 means first one it will take the I value as 0 and it will print the output 0. Next one it will take the I value 1 and it will print the output 1. Like that it will go up to 4 and it will print to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So after that it will come out of the loop and it will print like that only. And also if you want to see some generalized examples, so for example, I am taking some list. Suppose I am taking fruits list. In fruits list, I am storing apple, banana, cherry. So in this list, I am iterating through the for loop. How I am doing is, you see, so for fruit, fruit means this some other variable. Not only fruit, you can also take another variable for fruit in fruits. So whenever you do this, it will automatically enter into this and also it will iterate through this. So fruit in fruit means first one 0, 1, 2. So print fruit means it will go to the print statement. It will first one it will print apple. After that after that, it will automatically increase the sequence and it will come to the banana and it will print this banana variable. After that, it comes to the cherry and it will print the cherry. So if you want to iterate through a string, you need to mention for char in hello. So or some other variable you can take. So whenever you mention for char in hello, it will go to the hello and it will iterate through each and every single character. In coming to string, it loop through a single character. It will print the output as H E L L O like that. This is all about the for loop. So now let us see about the examples with practically. Then only you can able to understand. So now here I am taking some examples and I will show practically what is for loop and how it is occurring through the examples. Now I am taking one example for suppose if we want to print suppose if I want to print up to 50 numbers, so we have to write 50 lines of code. But by using this for loop, I will be printing these 50 numbers by using this for loop. See how for I in range of 50. After that, I am printing I. So whenever you do this, it will print up to 0 to 49. See, please be wait. It is C. Up to 49, it will print the output. It means instead of giving in 49 lines of code, we are giving just in one line of code by using this for loop and using range function. So like this, we can able to optimize the code and also we can save that time. So that's why for loop is very, very important in Python. This for loop is easy to reduce the code and also it saves the time complexity. That's why will be using this for loop instead of mentioning 50 times print variable. So like that it will do. And next one, suppose if I want to iterate through a list. Now let us see how we can able to iterate through a list. For example, I am taking x equal to apple, banana, cherry, watermelon. So I have taken this list in the form of x variable. Now I am iterating through this. See how I am iterating through this. For first one, as per the syntax, I have written for. Next one, variable. So whatever the variable that you want to take, you can take. So here I am taking I. So you may get that out. Why you are taking every time I as variable means I is very convenient to remember and it is very convenient to use. So after using I for I in after that sequence. So whatever which sequence list sequence in the form of x variable. So for that I am using x for I in x. After that now I am printing I. So whenever you do this, first one I will go to the value that the zero index. That is, it goes to the string character apple. So after whenever you do print, it will print the apple. Next one it will go to the banana. After printing, it will print the banana. Whenever it prints cherry, whenever it goes and to the cherry and print the value of I, it will print the cherry. And after that, it will print watermelon like that. So see the output. So apple, first one apple, next one banana, next one cherry, next one watermelon. Like that, you can able to iterate through the list. Not only through the list, but also you can able to iterate through dictionary, iterate through tuples, like that also. So that is the advantage of the for loop. I think you got my point. So now we'll see about the while loop. So what is while loop and how can we use this while loop? So so let us go to the while loop. So for loop is used when the iterations is known, but we are coming to while loop. It is used when the iterations is not known. It means you don't know how many iterations if you need to do. So whenever you don't know the number of iterations that you want to do, you will use the while loop. After that, how it will do means it will continue as long as the condition is true. It means as long the condition is true, it will always print the output. So whenever the condition becomes false, it will stop and it will prevent the output. So this while loop is used for running the loop as long as condition is true. Until the condition is true, it will print the output. So uh, and also this is very very important. So that, if anyone asks about the difference between for loop and while loop means for loop you need to answer. For loop is used when iteration number of iterations is known. So while loop is after that while loop is used when number of iterations is not known. That is the difference between the while loop and for loop. And also And also there is a slight difference between the for loop and while loop. Coming to for loop, we'll be using all the variables in a single variable only. But coming to the while loop, we'll be using we'll be using different conditions for different lines. So that is the difference between the for loop and while loop. So now we have to do go to the syntax. So how the syntax will be means. So first one while after the condition. So after giving the while, we need to mention the condition. After that, we need to write the code in code block in the below section, in the code block section. So let us see generalized example over here. Now I equal to 0. It means I in coming to for loop I mentioned all the variables in single line only. Coming to while loop, here we are using this variable and also we are using in different lines. So here I am mentioning I equal to 0. After that I less than 5. So here I mentioned condition up to I less than 5. So whenever the condition false, it will come out of the loop and it will print the output. So I equal to 0 while I less than 5, print I. After that we are doing incrementing. So in for loop we no need to do any increment. Automatically it will do all those things in a single line. But here we need to do incrementation. Otherwise it will go for the infinite loop and sometimes it may give the runtime error also. So print I equal to I plus 1. I plus equal to 1 means I equal to I plus 1. So this is shorthand notation. So those things will be discussed in later classes. So here check I less than 5. It means 0 less than 5. Yes, condition is true. It will go into the code block section and it will print I. I value, what is the value of I? 0. It will print the value of I as 0. So 0. Next one I equal to I plus 1. I equal to 0 plus 1. It means I will become 0. I will become 1 now. So 1 less than 5? No. 1 less than 5? Yes. So the condition is true. It will print the value. Next, it will increment I value. I equal to I plus 1. It means 1 plus 1, 2. I value becomes 2 here. It will become 2. So up to the value of 4, it is printing the output. So whenever I value becomes 5, 5 less than 5, no, false. So here the condition became the false. So it will come out of the while loop and it will print the output up to the 4. So this is the syntax and one generalized example. And also, mm, here I mentioned n equal to 5. So while n greater than 0, print n equal to n minus 1. So here what it will print means it will print up to 5 to 1 because after becoming 0, the condition becomes false because 0 is not greater than 0. So here see, first one we are taking n value as 5. 5 greater than 0? Yes, 5. Print when? Print n. If you print the value of n means it will print 5. After that, it will reduce the value to 4. Next 4 is greater than 0, it will print. Again it will reduce up to the value of 1. It will print all the values up to 1. After that it will decrement to 0. So here condition becomes false and it will come out of the loop and it will print the value 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 as an output. So just see next example. While true, print looping forever. It means while the condition is true means here we did not use any condition. We did not mention any increment or decrement variable. So it will go to the infinite loop and it may cause the infinite loop forever. The loop does not stop. So that is. So and also we'll see some example. So now I will explain some examples by using while loop. So suppose I equal to 10. Now here I am mentioning while I less than 5, print I. After that we need to decrement the value of 5. I minus I minus equal to 1. Wait, please. Here are 10 less than 5. No. So 10 less than. So see here. So here I gave the false condition. So while I greater than 5. So until value of I is greater than 5, we'll be printing the value of I and also next we will be decrementing. See first one I value as 10. So 10 greater than 5? Yes. So print the value of I 10. Next one decrement 10 I equal to I minus 1. 10 minus 1 9. So is 9 greater than 5? Yes, the condition is true. It will print the value of I. So 9. Next one decrement 8. Is 8 greater than 5? Yes. Print the value of 5. 8. Next one I minus 1. 7. So is 7 greater than 5? Yes. The condition is true. Print the value of 5. Print the 7 value. Next one. Print the value of I equal to I minus 1. 6 minus 6. So print the value of 6. So after that I value becomes 5. So 5 greater than 5? No, the condition becomes false. After that, it will come out of the loop and it will not run. So that is. So if what happen if I do not mention I equal to I minus 1? So let us see. So it will print the value of 10 continuously and also um, it will cause infinite loop. It will go into the infinite loop and it will not print the output. So if you want to prevent the infinite loop, you need to decrement the value of I equal to I minus 1. So like this, it will go into the infinite loop. So, let, so now let us take another example. So, I equal to 10 while I not to equal to 0, print I next I minus equal to 1. So here what it will do means it will take each and every number, and if the whether the number is divisible by 2 or not. If it is divisible by 2, it will print the value of I. Otherwise, it will not print the value of I. So now let us say here. So here, wait, I equal to 10. So here 10 mod 2 is divisible by 2. That's why it is printing the value of I. So it will cross into the infinite loop. So these are the example, guys. So if you want to do more examples, you can do as many you can. So these are the generalized examples, and also we will see the comparison between the while loop and do while loop. Oh, sorry, while loop and for loop. So for loop versus while loop. So see, use case. So when do we use this for loop case and while loop means when the number of iterations are known. So whenever the number of iterations are known, we'll be using for loop in this use case. So if we do not know the number of iterations, you will use while loop. Next one, syntax. So it will use a sequence. It means it will use sequentially. It means that is range. It will use range function like that. It will use condition. So while loop uses condition, for loop uses sequences. Next, readability. Coming to readability, for loop is more concise. And coming to while loop, it may need more setup. It means it will need more number of more requirements to set up this. So infinite loop. So in for loop, infinite loop is possible only in rare cases, but not in all the cases. It is very rare to happen. But in coming to while loop, it is we can easily able to create infinite loops accidentally. It means easy to create accidentally. So we can able easily can make infinite loops in coming to while loop. So in coming to for loops, we cannot make that much easily. In the rare case only it will happen. That is. So practical examples. If you want to use practical examples, these are the homework guys. Do this. So even numbers from 1 to 10 using for loop. Next one, user input until correct password using while. So next one, Fibonacci sequence using both. Using both while loop and for loop, print the Fibonacci sequence. This is. So these are the quiz questions. Write a for loop to print sequence, print squares of numbers 1 to 5. So what are the squares of each number? Print those numbers from 1 to 5 using for loop. Next, write a while loop to keep asking the user to input a positive number. This is. So next one. So coming to the summary, loops are powerful tools in programming. Yes, coming to programming languages, these loops are very powerful because instead of printing the output in more number of lines, we are using these loops and we are getting the output. We are using only single line of code to get the output. Instead of using 100 lines, here we are using only single line. That's why these loops are very powerful in programming languages. Choose for when iterations are predictable. So when iterations are predictable, you use you choose for loop, and you choose while loop when the end condition is dynamic. And also always test your loop to avoid infinite execution. So in order to avoid the infinite execution or infinite loop, possibilities, always you need to test your loop, whether the loop is correct or not, whether that your loop is using correct syntax or not. So like that you need to test your loop to avoid infinite execution. So this is the summaries. So if you have any questions, you can ask. So these are the loops. So in the next class, we will see statements like continuous statements, break statements. So that that we will be seeing in the next class. For right now, we will be completing this class right now, and also hope everyone understood the types of loops, and also you are understood about the generalized examples of for loops and while loops, and also understood the differences between the while loop and while for loops, and in which situation we need to use this while loop and for loop. Those things are seen in this class, and you all understood this session. Hope you enjoyed this session. So, this is the class for this session, guys. Next, we'll be coming into the next lesson. We'll be seeing statements like continuous statement and break statement with generalized examples. So until then, bye bye, take care. Now I am winding up this session. Thank you for joining this class.